What's up with it? You watching the Big Bomber TV? And yeah, we about to check out this video. The title is We Uncovered the Tragic About Petey Pablo. Stardust investigate Petey Pablo. Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. Growing up, I definitely can say I was a fan of Petey Pablo, man. I definitely had like them first two albums for sure, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, the last time I seen him, he was like with Suge Knight or something. Then it seemed like his career just like super declined after that. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to him. But when I was younger though, man, I definitely was a fan of Petey Pablo, had his albums, man. But yeah, man, I think they was good enough to go back and listen to now probably. But yeah, man, like I was saying, I haven't heard nothing about Petey Pablo in a while though. So yeah, man, let's get to the video.
Anything you can handle.
This right here is the
Sick reputation for handling brawls. All I need is me a few seconds more than enough.
Till life decides to allow me to understand it. 13 when I rolled out. Give my bike back. I want my bike. Where the bike at? Where my bike at?
I love. You ever played Raise Up and felt the energy of the South hit different? Petey Pablo had the whole world vibing, but his journey's been far from easy. Prison time, heartbreaking losses, and bankruptcy rocked his world. Yet through it all, he kept rising. The fame? It took a toll on him and he had to battle his own demons. But what's the real story behind the music? Grab your drink, because we're about to dive deep into the life of a rap legend who never gave up. Petey Pablo, born Moses Barrett III on July 22nd, 1973 in Greenville, North Carolina, didn't exactly have the fairy tale start we'd hoped for, honey. Growing up in a rough neighborhood full of crime and struggle, life was no easy walk in the park for him.
To a different type of lifestyle. And, you know, with the drug dealing and, you know, running the streets.
The Pablo in Petey's name wasn't just some random flair. Nah, he took it from a close friend who passed away. That friend meant the world to him. And as a tribute, Petey decided to carry his memory through his career. Talk about loyalty. And don't think his childhood nickname Petey was some innocent, cute thing either. It was earned from the streets. But Petey's life? It got rough. Like, real rough. He didn't just pass through the juvenile detention system. He spent 5 years in prison for armed robbery. But while the world thought he was behind bars, the man was busy writing rhymes, plotting his escape via music.
Well, when I was, my first incarceration was when I really embraced.
He even entertained inmates in prison.
So in prison, entertaining 300 and 400 inmates. I'm doing shows in the prisons.
Talk about a diamond in the rough. So after Petey got out of prison, he bounced straight to New York City. There, he bumped into Black Rob and Busta Rhymes. Big names, right? But here's the real tea. It's rumored that his big break came in the most random way. Apparently, an A&R director from Jive Records caught him rapping in a club bathroom. Yes, a bathroom. You know, because where else would you discover a star? Anyway, that random bathroom moment got him signed to Jive. And boom, he was on his way. Then Petey got to work on his debut album, and in 2001, he dropped the track Raise Up, produced by the legendary Timbaland.
Well, who Timbaland was signed to.
The song lit up urban radio and even made its rounds on MTV. It hit number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100, and you know that's a win. Not long after, his debut album, Diary of a Sinner, first entry, followed suit, peaking at 13 on the Billboard 200. It even went gold. The album got a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Album in 2003. Petey was out here competing with the big dogs, but he lost to Eminem's The Eminem Show. In the mid-2000s, whispers started swirling through the streets and the industry when Petey popped up linked to none other than Suge Knight, the man who practically invented the term industry heavyweight, and not just cause of his size, baby. He was known for being a little bit sketchy when it comes to business. However, Petey Pablo said he was trying to see behind the headlines. In a rare moment of realness, Petey said straight up, I wanted to know the real Suge. Not the headlines, not the rumors, not the scary image, the man. And he didn't just say it, he lived it.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. After Pac, man, I think Death Row wasn't like a good place for artists to go for real, though. I don't think they had nobody that was really like successful like that after Pac. You know what I mean? I think Cricket Eye was kind of somewhat successful, but other than that, though, Death Row turned into a place where people ended up going and falling off at, you know what I'm saying? I think they could have been blackballing them, though, you know what I mean? But Death Row definitely had got terrible at a point. Yeah, after Pac, it seemed like a lot of people went to Death Row and they careers declined, for real.
Every time Suge was down in North Carolina, Petey would pull up to Suge's parents' house.
I never used to be a real media person. So like going on there and looking at it and reading what they say, it really never bothered me.
Petey would chill there like it was Sunday dinner, playing with Suge Knight kids, vibing with the fam, and soaking up the human side of a man most people were too shook to get close to. Petey even said in a 2021 interview that he never signed with Death Row.
But no, I mean, for the record, I was never signed to Death Row.
After dropping his second studio album, Petey Pablo pretty much disappeared from the music scene. In 2006, Petey Pablo's career was on top of the world. But then, life hit hard. His mom got sick, and just like that, Petey made a real grown man move. He stepped away from the game. Petey wasn't about to let his mom down. He always said she was the one who believed in him when nobody else did. She was the backbone of his hustle. And when she needed him most, he wasn't about to be out here chasing charts and hits. He put it all on hold to take care of her. Straight up, that's real love. But he wasn't exactly chilling. He parted ways with Jive Records. He founded his own independent label, Carolina Music Group. In July 2010, he dropped a new track called Go, produced by none other than Timbaland. But just as he was gearing up for a comeback, things went south again. In October 2009, Petey tried to get his financial life together and filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy. He told the courts he had about $560,000 in assets, but was drowning under $850,000 in debt. Ouch. But the real gag? Just 7 months later, in April 2010, the case got tossed because he didn't keep up with the payment plan. But Petey wasn't done. Like a remix nobody asked for, he came back swinging with another bankruptcy filing just 5 months later. Only this time, Life said, "Let me make it spicy." In September 2010, Petey got arrested for trying to board a U.S. Airways flight to Los Angeles with a stolen 9mm semi-automatic pistol. By September 2011, Petey dropped a track called Get Low on iTunes, trying to stay relevant, but things took another turn. On September 26, 2011, he was sentenced to 35 months in prison.
Damn.
He entered the Federal Correctional Institution in Beckley on January 4th, 2012. But in true Petey fashion, he wasn't just sitting around. He dropped a mixtape, Carolina No. 1, on February 17th, 2012, while still behind bars under his Carolina Music Group label. Petey was supposed to be stuck in prison until July 17th, 2014. But the universe cut him some slack and he was released early on March 13th, 2014. April 2014 hit Petey like a freight train. His mother passed away, and it was a loss that shook him to his core. That was a turning point in his life. Nothing could ever replace the hole she left behind. To honor her memory, Petey dropped the music video for Never Imagined. And if you thought it was just another track, nah, this one was deep. But the real flex came in 2016.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know he dropped that much music. Like after those first 2 albums, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they definitely probably was blackballing them out the game. Sometimes when people leave big labels a turn on you. Ultimately, though, man, I think he could have messed up his career by keep going to jail and stuff like that, too. I ain't even know he was getting arrested that much either. Yeah, man, to be a successful rapper and still want to do street stuff, man, that's kind of crazy, man, for real, though. Let me get some successful rap money or something. You'll never see me. I'll be at the house in my pool drinking pina coladas and shit, you know what I'm saying? For real, though.
After the Carolina Panthers crushed the Seattle Seahawks in the NFC Divisional Playoffs, Petey dropped a hype track called Carolina Colors on SoundCloud and YouTube. It was the anthem for the Panthers' 2016 NFC Championship game against the Arizona Cardinals. Talk about using music to pump up a whole state. Petey wasn't just about the music, though. He had a pretty solid film and TV presence, too. In 2002, he made an appearance as himself in the movie Drumline, where he performed his hits like Club Banger, You Can Find Me, Raise Up, and I Told Y'all. Then, in 2005, he made a guest appearance in the Shield episode, 1,000 Deaths.
Look, check this out, man. Quit beating me in my head. Conversation. What is y'all want?
Fast forward to 2009, and Petey showed up in the film Just Another Day playing B-Bone.
50 Cent got huge sales off his beef with Jewel. Tupac, Biggie.
But wait, it gets juicier. In 2015, Petey made a cameo on Empire, playing Clyde in the episode Without a Country. And for the cherry on top, his character performed the track Snitch alongside Lucius Lyon in Terrence Howard while locked up.
You know, whatever I can do to help him in the show, man, I mean, I'm always there. And you know.
Now this one right here, it's the kind of story that makes you want to be nice to everybody, just in case. Back in 2005, at the Hustle and Flow premiere party, Terrence Howard misplaced his wallet at the party. While some folks might have laughed it off or dipped out, Petey slid in with the assist of the night, gave dude $200 to hold, just to make sure he wasn't left out bad.
So I was like, here, man, take a couple $100, put it in your pocket just so you don't, be walking around here looking crazy.
Fast forward 10 years, and baby, that $200 turned into a whole check. When Terrence was deep in his Empire bag, playing the bossed-up, drama-filled music mogul Lucius Lyon, he didn't forget who looked out. Petey got the call, not just to make a cameo, but to write 4 songs for Lucius on the show.
For the show Empire.
Man.
And that here's $200, bro moment. It came back as a reported $15,000 through mail.
Next morning, went to the mailbox, Federal Express, check for $15,000.
His personal life, he got married to Amy Caro in 2001.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It seemed like that $200 got him some good karma, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, shout out to Terrence Howard for actually appreciating it. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't appreciate nothing. You know what I mean?
But the marriage eventually ended in divorce. Together, they have 2 children, which included a son named Pierre Barrett. Petey has kept much of his family life private. Financially, his net worth has been reported between $50,000 and $2 million. In his career, Petey was nominated for a Grammy for Diary of a Sinner, first entry, and won Best R&B Soul or Rap New Artist at the 2005 Soul Train Music Awards for his work with Ciara on Goodies. What is he doing now? Petey Pablo may not be dropping albums regularly, but he's still bringing the heat with his live performances. In 2025, he hit the stage at the Love and Life Music Fest in Charlotte, North Carolina, alongside Ludacris and Weezer, and performed at the Tacos and Tequila Festival in Houston, Texas, with Lil Jon, Chingy, and Twista. His tour continues with stops in Fairbanks, Alaska on May 30th and Washington, Pennsylvania on June 28th. Though not as frequent in the studio, Petey is still...
Yeah, man, that's a fool with it, man. Salute to Petey Pablo, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. One thing I could say, man, he definitely made good music, man. Country and everything, man. You feel me? Beats always hitting a dead shit. That one beat, Freaka Leak, that beat that been remade so many times. So man, that beat really like one of them ones, you know what I'm saying? Almost like the Clips grinding damn near, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Rocky story though, man, you feel me? But at least he performing right now, man. So shit, he getting it together, man, you know what I'm saying? So he definitely a fighter for the show. We got to give him that. And yeah, man, when I seen him around Suge, man, I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Because like Left Eye went over there, you know what happened to her? Yeah, it was like a dark cloud over Death Row after they got Pac, you know what I mean? For real though, man. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. You watching Bang Bomber TV. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Until next time. All right.